As a leader, how has AI made your job easier?
We are living in a very interesting time now. AI has played a more important role on a personal productivity.
It has allowed me to spend time where I want to matter most.
Sha Nacino, one of the world's top 30 motivational speakers on the Fearless Possibilities podcast, is joined by three remarkable leaders: Tonichi Achurra-Parekh, the vice president at Concentrix; Jack Madrid, CEO of Information Technology and Business Process Association of the Philippines; and Nerissa Berba, executive vice president and chief people officer at Security Bank.
In the past, we used our gut feel, but when you look at data, it helps you provide a more informed way of making a decisions.
At this day and age, the most important thing for us as consumers is our time.
Use AI to help us get data faster. So it allows our agents to be more productive, more efficient with faster access to data. AI will be a powerful tool, but it will always be human, a human at the core.
It will never be us. It will always need the creator.
It's when you start being more curious about the tool, and it's how you're also able to apply it in your day-to-day that makes it more worth your while.
What are your fears around AI?
I think the secret sauce here
Thank you to our dear leaders, Tonichi, Jack, and Miss Nerissa. So today we're going to talk about human connection at scale, elevating customer experience and employee experience in AI-driven service industries. So I want to see you, so I'll move my chair a little bit. Okay, this is a very interesting panel. As a leader, how has AI made your job easier? Who wants to go first?
I guess I can go first. Actually, it hasn't made my life easier because people ask me questions about AI every single day for the past 3 years. But seriously, I think AI has played a more important role on a personal productivity sense. So that's where I see the benefits of it. I think it's made me faster. It's made me a little bit more organized, and I think it's made me even work a little bit more than I should. So in that sense, I guess it's good.
Jack?
Actually, I was gonna say exactly the same thing. That the past, what, I guess 2.5 years, AI has made it very difficult because I get so many questions and very pointed questions because I belong in the BPO industry. And so the questions are always, do you think we're gonna lose jobs because of AI? But personally, when I started to enjoy, using AI, it has allowed me to truly use it for more menial tasks. And what that means is that it has allowed me to spend time where I want to matter most. So, for example, as an example I have at home, and some of you have heard this story. My daughters, I have started to teach them how to use ChatGPT, and they love math. So sometimes in the car, they ask me to give them math problems. And I have no energy to compute for the right answers. I just say, wonderful answer, good job. Now I have AI when we are in the car to prompt AI to give math problems, and they would say, great job or try again. But that also gives me enough mental capacity to truly connect with my daughters when I want to talk about things that matter to me and to them. Versus by the time we get to the place where we're going, I'm tired na.
I love that. So you kind of delegated some of the menial tasks to AI so you can focus on what only you can do. So thank you, Tonichi. How about Miss Nerissa?
For me, maybe I'll share at Security Bank, we're an enterprise user of Copilot. And so we use it both at work and personal. So at work, when you're late for a Teams meeting, for example, and you don't know exactly what was discussed earlier, then you can ask Copilot what was the discussion about ahead of time. So instead of asking somebody next to you, anong napag-usapan, you already have advanced info on that. For me, it also makes me a lot smarter because I use it when I'm not familiar about a certain topic and I just ask Copilot or ChatGPT or what DeepSeek or whatever, "Oh, what is this about?" It gives you more information and it gives you also the ability to make better decisions. In the past, we used our gut feel or experiences, but when you look at data, it helps you provide a more informed way of making a decision. So it goes both ways. And because I'm in HR, when we look at behaviors of employees, we use AI also to understand, what is it that we're doing that is beneficial for the employees. So there's a lot of use that we're benefiting by using AI.
How has AI enhanced your customers' experience?
For us it's a lot of ways. So I'm vice president for Concentrix, service delivery and the marketing team. And actually recently we launched our own IX Hello and IX Hero products. So those two things, the IX Hello is AI that is really built for organizations who are not comfortable having to go outside of the World Wide Web to search for answers, because internally we also use like our own AI so that it gives us immediate answers for questions within our organizations. IX Hero though is where it connects with our customer experience, because our agents, who are our heroes, are the ones who are assisted by this technology, where they are able to provide immediate answers and solutions based on previous experiences and queries. So, at this day and age, the most important thing for us as consumers is our time, right? We don't want to have to spend, in fact, we don't want to have to call or chat for anything. So when we do, it means there is a bug. There's something that bugs us. So when we do reach out to the companies, that means we want something solved. And at the soonest, quickest way possible. So these technologies behind our agents, which we have 107,000 in our company, allows them to quickly address an issue of a customer and then move on to the next. So I think the time spent with a customer and the accuracy of the support that is being given is critical, especially for our customers, even as consumers.
Thank you, Tonichi. And Jack, before you answer that, how do you feel being in the midst of all these of three women?
I could easily get used to this, yes.
Oh, he is so used to it.
Well, I want to pick up on what Tonichi was saying, because, one way to think about the IT BPM or the BPO industry is really, it's an industry that solves the world's problems. And every day and every night, 1.9 million digital Filipino workers do exactly that. The Philippines is actually a world leader in BPO and IT BPM. So AI provides the Filipino agents an opportunity to deliver customer experience even better. As a world leader in CX, we must take advantage of that position, that leadership position, and use AI to help us get data faster. So it allows our agents to be more productive, more efficient, with faster access to data, with even some basic analysis. And so if we really fully leverage on the transformative power of AI, we can actually turn our agents into super agents who can then manage a pool of AI agents moving forward. The missing piece here is really the topic of today's session, which is about leadership. It's about the use of judgment, the ability to make decisions, and really, think of AI as a co-pilot, because that's what it really is. And so I think it's more of an opportunity than it is a threat. The threat is ourselves. If we do not upskill, reskill, right skill ourselves, then that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy of job disruption, because there will be jobs, not just in the IT BPM industry, but in all industries. If we do not all, as a country, upskill, then certain jobs that are automatable will be affected. So it comes, it's a challenge and an opportunity.
Thank you, Jack.
Perhaps in different industries. So in the financial industry, AI has the ability to help you personalize the products that you bring to your clients. Depending on the behavior, based on the customer journey, then you can determine whether this person is a traveler. And AI can actually push products to your clients, like you may want to buy luggage because this person is traveling, or you like to go biking, so you actually push products that are related to that. So that actually is something that is a game changer. In the past, you offer clients the same products because that's what you know they will need, right? Credit cards, CASA, investments. But when you start really understanding the behavior of customers or your clients, then you have now the ability through AI to personalize that. So imagine if you get a call from a bank and you know that they know you well, so that they know that, this person's not going to be happy with credit cards, so I'll push for more products. So I think that's the value of AI that I see is going to be beneficial for a lot of industries, not only in the financial banking industry,
Yes.
the financial industry.
Thank you. So the way I see it, it helps build more connection by using those data. What are your fears around AI? So I talked to a lot of leaders, and they said that their team members are anxious because AI might take away their jobs. Do you think AI will take away a lot of jobs?
There will be jobs, I think, across different industries that will be affected. But at the same time, there will be many more jobs, I think, that will be created by that will be made possible by AI. AI is not really new. What is new is agentic AI and generative AI. But AI in the form of chatbots and robots came about 11, 12 years ago. And back then, people were concerned about job disruption. But it didn't really happen, because in the past 11 years, going back to my industry, the IT BPM industry, we actually grew almost 1 million jobs during that period. So it's very hard to predict. Mankind doesn't do a very good job in predicting the effect of technology on jobs. We do a good job in worrying about it, but we don't do a very good job in imagining what the new jobs of the future will be. So it's hard for me to say, but the only thing I would say is do something that is within our control, and that is taking personal responsibility for our lifelong journey of learning. That is what I say all the time.
And maybe to add to that, I think it's also important for organizations to look at roles that might be impacted by AI. We talk about AI every day, but we don't really look at job descriptions or tasks that are being performed at the company and figure out which of this job can be AI'd, right? And then so that you go ahead and think about it rather than being fearful that AI will get your job or impact your job. It's really about, if I'm doing what I'm doing right now, which part of my job can actually be done by AI, and how much of this time that I'll save can be repurposed so that I could do more. Which means that when you realize that, then you then start, how do I start now? How do I upskill myself so that I remain relevant as opposed to being fearful that, oops, AI is here, it might take my job. No, I think that's something that we should start doing right now, as opposed to just saying, I'm using AI, but how is it going to impact your job in the long term? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Nerissa. Tonichi, you
Yeah,
wanna
I
add?
think what we're missing as a workforce is the excitement around it, because we are, and again, I will speak on behalf of my industry. We are in the forefront of this technology. Our agents see this happening right before their very eyes. So the fact that we have almost 1.9 million workers who will be the experts, there is an opportunity to be ahead of what kind of jobs will be next for us. For example, did we lose some jobs? Yes, for example, when we're moving to a chatbot. But it is also our agents who know the processes of this customer experience, right? So they change the roles into becoming the AI coaches of these platforms. So did we lose them? No, they became a coach for the AI, because I'm so happy with a previous speaker that she mentioned, AI can never be us, the mirror, the picture of the mirror, right? So that's amazing, because yeah, we will continue to teach AI and it will continue to learn and it will be amazing, but it will never be us. It will always need the creator.
This is a really important point that Tonichi says. She talks about process, right? This industry of ours is really all about process. And we have 1.9 million strong workforce who do this process, many of them broken. That's why it was outsourced or offshored in the first place. And we're trying to fix broken processes. Now, there's a recent MIT study that says 95% of AI implementations so far have failed. And what's interesting is they don't fail because of the tech. Actually, the tech is pretty good. But the thing is, the people in tech who built AI don't know process because they're not in our industry. They're not the process experts. And so I think the secret sauce here is where domain knowledge process, which is where the Filipino agent excels. And by the way, we're damn good in empathy too. So not only do we know process, but we do it with a lot of empathy, which is very important when you're solving the world's problems, right? So I think this is really an opportunity for us to take advantage of our process expertise and be part of this, part of the new way that problems will be solved, accelerated by AI. So AI will be a powerful tool, but it will always be a human at the core.
I love that. And I remember Tonichi's example wherein her time was freed up from menial tasks, and so she had more time to connect with with her children. So at work, can you share an example on how AI helped you free up your time? And because of that, you had more time to really connect with your team members.
So at work, and I'm a late adopter, actually, unfortunately, and my team is here, so sucks to me. But then one of the things that I do, and again, it goes back to what is our core function, right? You talked about emotional audits. We talked about emotional audits earlier, right? And so for me, my core is to make sure that anything that goes against what my team is supposed to do, I'm able to take that out so that it's easier for them to do what they're supposed to do. That's my job. And so when the technology is available for me to find out like who goes where too many times, Because again, we have the technology to show us, where do we spend more? Where should we spend less? It's no longer, I'll graph it and analyze it. You can upload it and it's right there. Do you copy and paste that and send it to your team? No, you don't. Because it's there to guide you so that you can immediately have that conversation with your team. And again, the communication, the connection, I think they get really tired of connecting with me sometimes. But it's the connection that drives the performance output that you really want.
Thank you, Tonichi. Jack, Miss Nerissa?
For me, very quick, when I look for emails or topics, I just look for an email regarding a particular topic and summarize that. So instead of going one email after the other, I get a summarized version. It makes me more efficient. It also provides me with information around. We have a system that's able to measure employee engagement. And because of AI, depending on the scores of the manager, AI is actually able to provide action plans to the manager on what to do. So imagine the time that we spend in HR having to sit down, maybe you should do the following and that. There's AI already telling your manager now, based on the input, these are the things that you need to do. So HR can be more advisory in terms of the way they work with their clients. Gone are the days where we would do our own attrition rates, manual, Excel, no? And now with AI, it's easy. It's there, the data's there, and it's able to analyze exactly the information that you can derive from that. And based from that, you can come up with more sound decisions on how to address. So it's, we're not an expert. I tell you, it's a day-to-day thing. I'm learning as much as I can. In fact, we have a new hire who's just phenomenal when it comes to AI. And she was telling me, Nerissa, you need to create agents already, right? And I said, what is that about? So she said, you can have an agent for your communication. You can have an agent for your calendar management and all that. And that's something that's new to me. And I keep telling her, teach me how. And I think it's when you start being more curious about the tool, and it's how you're also able to apply it in your day-to-day, that makes it more worth your while, and also share that broadly to the team and to the people you work with. I think that's very useful and helpful also.
Thank you, Miss Nerissa. Jack,
Well, more of the same, really. AI frees me up from doing things I don't like to do, which is mundane administrative tasks. So I don't like doing that. So it frees me up to do what I want to do, which is really what I do best, which is build relationships, and I can only do that face to face. So the more time I have free building relationships, having one-on-one conversations, getting to know a person better, that's kind of me that's my core, right? And so the more I do that out of my 24 hours every day, the better. AI can do the boring stuff, so.
is that the reason you're here? Because some of those menial things were dedicated to AI, and so you have time to give value to our leaders here?
No, I wouldn't have missed this.
Yes.
As soon as you got me,
Same,
you sent me that
Yeah.
invitation 2 months ago. So
I was just telling Jack, it's such a refreshing conversation to hear you guys speak. Because in the recent past, it has been all about technology and AI.
Thank you, Tonichi. Thank you, Jack.
For me, it's really the ability to learn from each other. The reason why I always make myself available for such events is really not so much about telling what we're doing, partly, but also learning from others and also seeing how that can be applied to our work and personal lives. So very helpful. So thank you. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you, Ms. Nerissa. What is your advice to leaders who have baby boomers as their subordinates? And no, not just baby boomers, millennials, or Gen Zs who are resistant to change or resistant to the use of AI because they like the old way of doing things.
For me, it's role modeling. I think it's all about showing them that you can actually do it. I'm not very particular about generations, to be honest. I don't like to put a lot of premium on the way you treat a Gen X, a millennial, and a baby boomer should be different. Again, it's regarding personalization, but it's more about role modeling. It's really telling them that, guys, these are the benefits of why you should, and this is how I'm learning and how I'm benefiting. So it's a storytelling activity. The more you influence and allow for them to experiment the tool, and then reinforce the good behavior, I think that's a powerful thing to do.
I love that modeling, because even if you say, "Oh, we need to use AI," but they see you not using it or resistant to it, then your words will become meaningless. So thank you.
For me, I think it's telling them what's in it for them, right? What's in it for them, but also carving out time, because it's an investment in time. That's why it took me some time to actually learn about it, because I felt like my calendar is so full. Like, which part of my day can I try to learn something? And then it's not easy. So at first it's not easy, right? So you'll have to figure out how to ask the question, how to do this. But then, as an organization, I was forced to do it. We were going to a conference, and I had to create my own bot. And so by doing that, I had to figure out how to create my own assistant. And so I did. Within maybe 10 minutes at first. But I was amazed that I was able to do it. So I felt like, if I felt that it was so it's so tedious to learn it, but as soon as I learned it, it was such an eye-opener for me. Then I think it's the same thing, that you need to warn your team members, regardless of generation, of how you have to invest some time to learn as well.
Thank you, Tonichi. Jack, is there anything you want to add?
Well, I just gonna say that we are living in a very interesting time now, where in the world of work, especially, we're working with 4 different generations, right? Most of the time, and I'm a proud baby boomer, by the way, but in most of my career, I've only worked with one other generation. When I was early in my career, I was working with older baby boomers. Now we're running out. I'm one of the last few standing baby boomers. But all of a sudden, there's these 3 other generations in the workforce, with very different ways of thinking. So you just gotta, I guess, find a common language, and I think applying some of the things we learned from this afternoon session, the art of active listening, the art of allowing yourself to be seen and to see. I think these are things that cut across generations, and it's really a variation of the golden rule, right? Just putting yourself in the place of that person and allowing yourself that perspective. I think that cuts across generations, and I think that's probably especially in this age of transformative technology. I think in no other point in history has it been more important to reclaim our humanity in that way.
And Jack, I just want to share that you're a very cool baby boomer.
You're pretty cool yourself.
Thank you. I didn't fish for a compliment, but I'll take that. Thank you so much. I also like what Miss Nerissa said, that she doesn't want to categorize people as baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, or whatnot, because at the end of the day, we're all humans, and we all have the same need, the need to feel seen, valued, and also to add value. So, complete the sentence.
Parang boy abunda.
AI is...
Life.
Oh,
Oh, di ba? Kilay is life.
Wow.
Pag pumalit na sa kilay is life. It's
Can
now
you
AI.
Can you expound?
Okay, so
Very curious.
I think to survive, you really have to A-ify yourself. You have to learn that skill. Because if you don't, people who know AI will be the ones who will survive. So that's why AI is live.
Thank you. I like that. Yes, you may clap. Thank you so much.
AI is only a co-pilot. I am the captain.
Ah.
Hirap naman nun. For me, AI... For me, AI is a game changer.
Aw.
It's a game changer that can go both ways. It can go for the good, and it can go for the not so good. And it really is up to us.
Wow. I love all of their answers. Yes, you may clap. Ang naalala ko, parang wala ka sa lolo ko. Parang gano'n. You remember that? Okay. When was the first time that you got so amazed at the power of AI? So I remember when I first learned ChatGPT, I was so blown away that I couldn't sleep until 3 a.m. because I was trying to see what else it can do. And I felt like I had a very, very smart secretary who can answer me in seconds. So how about you? What was that AI that you got so amazed by? And when was that?
So when I was experimenting on AI, actually it was my husband who told me try this. So I uploaded a conversation, a written conversation. He actually told me, listen to this. So I uploaded it and said, create a podcast out of it. It was a Word document that I uploaded. And then it created a podcast out of it, and I was listening to it. For somebody, for example, I get sick when I'm in the car and I'm reading something, so I can't. And you know how traffic it is in the Philippines. So I thought, oh yeah, let me listen to it. And every time now, I want to know about something and I don't want to read it. I upload it so that I can listen to it. And it was not just like, okay, it was reading to me. It was like a podcast with somebody asking and somebody answering with emotions. So laughing. And so I said, this is really amazing. Because for somebody who's, in the car trying to do so many things, it will capture what you need to listen to while doing something else. So I thought that was amazing.
What app is that?
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. Oh, I
ChatGPT.
didn't know that.
But you have to
Thank you.
get the premium version. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tonichi. That's something new for
It is
me.
amazing. It's amazing.
Ako, I learned that latter part of 2023. I was actually in a conference and I was seated next to Luz. Luz, there. So Luz Mercurio is a colleague of mine. We've worked in different companies in the past and we would compare notes. And then she said, nag-download ka na ba ng ChatGPT? Sabi ko, ano siya? Yan, ako, it's powerful. So immediately during the conference, I downloaded it. And then I was actually we were launching our employee value proposition at Security Bank. And so I said, give me different components of a good employee value proposition. Immediately lumabas. Tapos ako, oh my gosh, this is so powerful. And then I had to compare it with our pillars and versus what ChatGPT was saying. Sabi ko, ay grabe, this is really, really nice. And since then, pa-upgrade na kami ng pa-upgrade. So we compare notes, oh ito, alam mo, may DeepSeek ka ba? May ganyan, may PowerPoint. So it's really that, you continue to learn. Of course, my team here, hello, say, yan, mga AI savilicious ang tawag ko sa kanila. Because they really want to skill up. And so we, amongst ourselves, try to experiment different tools apart from those that we use at work. So thanks to Luz.
My AI epiphany moment came when I realized that the output of AI is only as good as the input. So, and I realized this when I became a little bit better in the quality of my instructions and prompts. So you can't really use, like Chat GPT as if it were like Google only, right? So you got to be very specific. So I'm getting the hang of it, and and sometimes my instructions are longer than the output. So I'm probably on the right track with that because I'm pretty happy with the results. Sometimes I'm even convinced that hey, I actually wrote that. So I'm still learning it.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack. Is that ChatGPT still?
Yes, yes.
Oh, wow. We have a clear winner here, ChatGPT. What is the number one human skill that has become more valuable in the age of AI?
I think you guys have spoken about it much earlier on. It's really the human connection. So the skill of being, emotional intelligence is really, really important. The feeling of being seen is very important nowadays. No, in fact, when you see a person talking to you and using or carrying a laptop or a phone, it does not show you that the person's really listening. And I'm very conscious that sometimes I do that, and I'm trying to tell myself, oops, don't do that. Or sometimes I ask permission. I'm sorry, I just have to respond to this, but I'll talk to you. So I think it's that. It's the human connection, the skill of really developing an authentic connection. Different yung authentic from just purely connecting. No? So to your 4 levels a while back. Yes.
Thank you, Miss Nerissa.
For me, more than ever, it's curiosity. And the reason why I say that is because I've always believed that asking the right questions is much better than getting the right answers. And so, in the case of AI, I'm always the one asking the question. So, and I'm getting good at asking questions. So I think curiosity is my answer.
Thank you.
I was gonna say authenticity as well, but I think beyond that also, ensuring that your values stay strong. The way you connect, the way you're authentic to people, you need to be guided by the right principles, the right ethics, so that it will be truly meaningful.
I agree. What is one simple way you can make the people in your organization feel truly seen?
Okay, go,
I-
go
no, no,
ahead. Go ahead. Go to
I was looking at somebody from my team. I was gonna say, what do you think?
What do you think?
I don't know. For me, and I did it before AI, right? But for me, acknowledging their effort more than just their achievement. I think acknowledging that effort of your team is very important.
For me, make the time. And I'm always guilty, by the way. I'm always guilty if they say, "Boss, are you busy?" I almost want to just say, "What do you think?" But right, like no, I'm just sitting here. And when I am, I always say, "Can how about at 7 p.m. or give me 10 minutes and I'll call you back or something." But it's never not important when somebody reaches out to you, especially when you're a leader, because they know they will say that ahead of you. I know you're busy, right? But I also want them to know that yes, I am busy, but I will make the time. So I think the time is the most important gift also that you can give to your team.
Agree. Time and full attention. I think you may be able to give time, but when you're busy talking, it's really about connecting. So allow for them to talk. You listen, absorb. Then you're connecting. So it's that. Focus your time.
I like that. So focus your time, appreciate the effort, and make time. Do you have any parting thought for our participants right now?
Wrap up na daw. I think for me, it's just skill up, and remain curious, as what Jack mentioned. Never be contented with what you know right now. Always try to learn every day. Make it a habit. Yeah.
Wow. This is such a baby boomer thing to say, but as you get older, you really appreciate how short life is. So I just wouldn't spend my time waiting. I just go out. You give me a button, I will press it. I'm not afraid of making mistakes anymore.
And for me, because everyone here are leaders, and it does get lonely at the top, but it doesn't have to be, right? It doesn't have to be. So it does get lonely at the top, but it really is up to you. You own it because you also have a team. You have a group of folks that you are leading. So while it could be lonely, I think I'm glad that we talk about finding your inner joy and what truly grounds you. And in your extremely busy day, find a few minutes, wag seconds. It's not effective. A few seconds to just find your own grounding. That's
Thank you very much, Miss Nerissa, Jack, and Tonichi. Good job to all of us. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in to the Fearless Possibilities Leadership Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, I have a small favor to ask. Please like this video and subscribe. It's a simple way to help us reach and inspire more leaders. Okay, I'll give you a few seconds to do that. Done? All right, thank you so much. Again, this is Sha Nacino. Stay human and keep unlocking possibilities.
In the age of AI, where data drives decisions and speed defines success, one factor still drives long-term performance: human connection. If you're a leader seeking to create a culture where joy and performance coexist, let Sha Nacino support you. Sha is the author of Seen: Good Leaders Have Vision, Great Leaders See. Her keynotes equip leaders with practical, research-backed strategies to build cultures where people feel safe, seen, and appreciated, thereby unlocking potential and igniting possibilities across your organization. Sha is a certified speaking professional, the global speaking profession's highest earned measure of platform competence, a TEDx speaker, former adjunct faculty at the Asian Institute of Management, host of the Fearless Possibilities Leadership Podcast, and one of the world's top 30 motivational speakers. She brings a global perspective, having spoken across Asia, Europe, North America, and Australia. Book Sha Nacino for your next event. Visit shanacino.com or email info@shanacino.com.